Welcome to the BCF Podcast. This is episode 1, take 1. Mark? Hello. Some of you may know me. I am Fungus Quinn. I'm a filmmaker. I'm an actor. And big news, I wasn't there for this, but I won a Best Lead Actor award for a film that some of us did recently. 10 of us, including these two here, and me, myself, we entered into a film competition, and our film got second best in the country. Best production design. I won Best Lead Actor. And we got nominated for Best Director, this is our director, and Best Cinematography. And apparently our film is screening in Lisbon, Portugal, which is kind of far away. Just a little bit. Yeah, we're based around Seattle, Washington. I hope they like our film over there in Portugal. But yeah, exciting news today, especially for me. Best Lead Actor. I wanted to be an actor when I was like 8. When I was 8, I started applying to like casting websites and like Seattle Talent. Some of you know. And then I gave up because it was really hard and no one. I took my headshots on a laptop camera.
Nice. Well, you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah. You gotta start somewhere. And not only that, I was on my couch, right? I have my laptop. I'm a small 8-year-old, right? That's how it was. That's how it was with the laptop cameras, like right here. Yeah. Those are my headshots that I sent in. So I gave up. But we're still back. I'm acting and I'm winning awards now. Again, my name is Fungus Quinn, and that's my news for today. And here we have...
I'm Damien.
Damien, Mr. Director.
Yeah. I'm also president of BCFC, Bellevue College Filmmaking Club. So it is adjacent to BCF Podcast.
True.
And I'm glad to be on here.
Yeah, and you are?
I'm Patrick, also a member but not an officer of the Bellevue College Film Club. I joined the club a couple years ago, about 2 or 3 years ago, after taking some of the film classes at Bellevue College, and I've helped out with a bunch of the different productions that the club has been going through.
Yeah. So just to be clear, we're all like student filmmakers. This is a college club that we all come from, and 10 of us came together and we made this film. Super exciting. Yeah, I got into the club. I tried to get into the club like 4 years ago, but I was like a lot more shy. I was a little bit more reserved. Mm-hmm. Right. And so I was like super shy, and I remember walking into the club one day. It was a big club when I joined it. It was like just starting, but for some reason it was a really big club.
Yeah. And
so I walk in, there's all of this food. There's cookies, there's pizza, there's chips, the whole shebang, and I see Blackberry, a can, and in big bold letters, it says Blackberry Lemonade. And so I'm like, whoa, this is bougie. This club is so bougie. They got all this stuff. Like, oh my goodness. I had like just started college. So I was starting at Bellevue College. I didn't know anything. And I like open up the can and I take a sip, and it's a Waterloo. I didn't know what that was. The only water brand like that I'd heard of was LaCroix, right? And so I was super disappointed, and I just like walked out and like went home.
That's a terrible first impression.
Yeah. I don't know if that was my first impression, but that's the only one I remember.
So why'd you come back?
Ooh, because, okay. Actually, I do remember now that you ask. The first time I went, I was with a group of 3. I don't know if it was the same time I got the Waterloo or a different time, but I was with a group of 3. We all walked in, and I really wanted to be an actor when I was younger. I wasn't planning on going into acting at the time, but I was like, this is cool. I've always been interested in film. It was kind of my, in my wildest dream, I wanted to be like Margot Robbie. She acts and she produces films, so she like makes the films, you know? I kind of wanted to be like that. So I was like, let me just see what happens. And it was being run by Michael Toledo, who many of you know. He was the previous president.
The founder of the new wave, I'd say, like that, because at Bellevue College there was a filmmaking club.
Yeah.
But then it kind of died out.
During COVID.
Because that's a pivotal point in any at this point to
Right.
call it. A lot of people's lives, especially around our ages and stuff like that. But yeah, so it stopped for a bit, and then I believe Michael and Zach Izani came together to revive this dead club.
Mm-hmm.
And then they started it again back in
2023? 22?
22, 23?
22.
Yeah.
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 And it's been growing ever since, honestly.
Yeah, super popular club at the school.
Yeah, maintains a pretty loyal, I'd say, group of people. And yes, like you said, it's he's no longer with us. He's still alive. He's just graduated. Same thing with Zach. And then also, besides that, Claire Teskey, she became co-president after Zach left. Well, not left, but just stepped down. And they had their run for about a good 2 years, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
And then once they left, I took over.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you are president now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was mentioned that like you were mentioning Michael and like stuff like that, and he's like not on this couch right now.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, but yeah.
It doesn't matter what club you're a part of, it can't escape COVID.
No.
Yep.
Unfortunately. But yeah, Bellevue College Filmmaking Club, BCFC. Known to in the beginning days, known to have a lot of food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big reason my group wanted to go, and they were kind of interested in film too. And Michael Toludo, as I was saying, he like assigned us all this task. He was like, go like create like with your iPhones, just go make like a little documentary and just like see what happens. And the group I was with, they were like really embarrassed about it, and they were like, we're not going back. So I didn't have anyone to go with after that.
But I mean, that was kind of an interesting aspect of the BCFC, is the kind of like evolution or growth of the activities that the club was doing. Because when I had joined, it was about spring quarter of 2023, and I had been taking classes with Claire and with Michael in the film department at Bellevue College, and so they had told me about this club that they were running, and I'm very, very interested and passionate about filmmaking. So I was like, absolutely, yes, I would love to come to this meeting, to join this club if I had the time and like see what you guys are all about. And then I get in, and a lot of it is like lectures, right? Like demonstrations and lectures about different aspects of filmmaking that were remarkably identical to the classes we had just taken, which is great for most of the students in the club. But I had already just had that lecture like the day before. But then very shortly after that, Michael and Claire started a new project where they broke the club up to 2 groups. And I think at that point there was like maybe 20 or 30 students in the club.
That was a big meeting, because that was my first quarter actually.
Yeah,
that was the first impression. It was a big turnout.
Yes, yeah.
And I was surprised about how big this club was.
It was pretty big, and I think most of the people are still there.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah, but like you said, split them up.
Yeah, so basically we split into 2 teams of about 10 or 15, and we set out to each team was going to produce a 10-minute coming-of-age story film. And so we sat down. This is like maybe my like second or third meeting with the club, and so we sat down as a group, and the idea was to start sort of like brainstorming on some ideas for a script. And the group, I ended up in Michael's team, and the group that joined that team was kind of a little shy and a little bit younger, a little bit less experienced, and so nobody was really like talking a whole lot. And I was like, well, I have an idea for a film I've been wanting to make for a while, but it's like a longer film. It's like a 40-minute film I want to make, but just to get the conversation going, I'll pitch this just so people know that it's okay to talk, right? And so I pitched this idea for a time loop film that everybody ended up really liking. And I was like, well, don't like it too much because we're not making it. You know, like somebody else throw out an idea, we'll do that. But they ended up like really, really liking it, and Michael really, really like encouraged me to kind of like cut it down to like I think the final runtime ended up being like 16 minutes. Yeah. And it was a learning experience for sure. There was some things that went wrong and some things that went right. Yeah. But definitely a lot of like ultimately positive takeaway.
What do you mean by learning experience?
Well, so it's really easy to like fail at something and go like, okay, I was just made to fail, right? That just went wrong because it was going to go wrong. It's harder to look at that experience, that failure, and go, okay, next time I do this, how do I avoid that?
Yeah.
What do I do better next time? For example, for the film that we had made, it was called 6 p.m. We did not do any technical lighting at all. All we were doing was like the regular like overhead fluorescent lighting in whatever space we were in,
Right.
or outdoor lighting for whatever things. And there were some cool shots that we had. Like Michael brought out a drone that was really cool. We had a really excellent, very cool shot of a drone going up to this apartment complex that the main character was living in. And then we had another shot on campus flying the drone as he's like running and late getting into like his whole thing. And there were some really, really cool shots, and my DP for that, Josh, was really, really good and very communicative during the entire process. But unfortunately, we didn't have a whole lot. We didn't really do any like technical lighting setups, so it didn't look very good.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of like the jumping point for me to get into studying and practicing more technical lighting setups so that films look good.
Yeah.
Because that is like the second most important part of filmmaking is, does it look good?
Nuh-uh. Storytelling first.
Yeah, so lighting is the second most important.
Audio second.
Audio second over lighting?
Audio is important.
Well, that's because people don't really watch things anymore. Yo, audience, comment down below what you're doing while you're listening to this podcast. Me, personally, I love to throw on a podcast and clean my room.
Mm-hmm.
Or I cut the split ends out of my hair. That's what I do.
Yeah, I do the same thing. But yeah, there's a lot of takeaway, a lot of lessons learned from those early films that we did.
I do want to go off of that because that was, like you said, like it was like a turning point for at least I feel like a lot of people in the club as well, especially me. That was okay. I didn't work on 6 p.m., but I was a part of the other group. Our film was called Delivery. That was where a kid wants to go on a trip with his friends, but then he doesn't have enough money, and
we know a little something about that.
And he wants to go on this, so he gets a job. He does all this stuff so he can get on this trip, and that's basically the whole plot. And it's a coming of age story, and with that, like you said, a lot of takeaways, a lot of learning experiences, stuff like that. Because that was my first, I guess you can say, short, like actual production short film. Because I made some stuff in the past, but that was for like high school and like very stupid videos that everyone makes as a kid or something like that.
Right.
But that was the first thing I had, because I just bought the camera. We used it to shoot that, and again
Which camera?
The one right there. That one right there. That one right there.
That one right there.
The Canon EOS R8.
We're gonna bleep that in post.
Yeah.
No free promo.
But yeah, so we used that one, but again, we had no lighting, like no intentional lighting. It was just like overhead stuff outside. The only lights that we had were in the party scene later in the film, where it wasn't intentional lighting, it was just prop lighting.
Okay.
Like we had green and pink
That's cool.
as props for the party.
Right.
So they weren't for the film.
It wasn't for like set.
It wasn't for set, it was just there. So I can't even say there was any lighting used.
Okay.
But again, no intentional lighting. Some of the shots looked okay because it was natural lighting. You can kind of get away with it. But then, yeah, there's just a lot of things you can learn from it. But it was a cool experience working with a team. That was the first experience working in a team dedicated to.
Yeah.
And that's what's great about this club is that you find people who are also interested in the same stuff and who wouldn't like laugh at you for trying to make this stuff. They're all like together. We're all together in this stuff.
Yeah.
We want to make some really cool stuff.
Yes, so true.
And like Damien had said, like, I mean, the club at this point is like so like the members of the club are like so loyal to the club. Like everybody's always coming back. Everybody's pitching in for new projects. And so you have this really incredible roster of people you can reach out to for help on whatever project you want to do, and like everybody's so down and available to do it, that like really all you got to do really is like find your actors, which can be a little harder sometimes. But like you could always have your crew. Like crew's always ready to go at the drop of a hat.
Fair.
Like the skill ranges do vary at some, because these are some people's first times doing this stuff, or like us, we know kind of what we're doing. But it's still just coming together to make something. Learning. We're all still learning. I'd say you're still learning. I'm still learning about stuff, and it's just it's very special. I think it's like very like heartwarming. It's something that it's so cool.
Oh my gosh.
But then since doing those two coming of age projects, we've done a bunch of stuff. I mean, a lot of the big ones we've done were the 48-hour film challenges, which for those unfamiliar. That is a couple of different contests done either through the Seattle International Film Festival or through the College 48 contest, where all teams are given the same 48 hours from like 7 p.m. on a Friday night to 7 p.m. on a Sunday night to write, direct, produce, edit, upload an entire short film, and just see how you do in that short amount of time. And the entire point of it, at least for me, my take on it, is just to see like how prepared you are to do a film tonight, right? Yeah. Like how ready are you to go right now? And then it's really easy to see your like what your skill level is at in that amount of time, and it's really easy to identify. Okay, like in this 48 hours, I struggle doing this. So for the next one, I need to work on, audio engineering or mixing or something like that. Whatever your weak point was, you can look at that in that weekend and then focus on that for the next thing.
That's a really good way to look at it. I've never thought about looking at it in a way that's like, what are you prepared to do tonight, right now? I often, because I want to get into editing and color grading and set design and lighting design, those four things I don't know how to do. I don't have any education in it. And I like to think like about those things I could do in the future. I've never really thought that like the 48 is a good time to show off like what you can do right now. And I think that's also a good time to learn like, because it's 48 hours to make a film. Things will always go wrong, and it can like prepare you for next time, for when you have more time on set. You don't just have 48 hours.
Yep, and then the more you do it, the more you kind of know how to best manage your time in those kinds of things. Like the way that we usually do it, because the club has done, what, 6, 7 of these?
I would say like maybe like 8 or something like that. Yeah.
I participated in about 3 of them, because I think there was a couple that were done before I got in, and then I think I missed 1 or 2.
Yeah.
After joining, but usually how we end up rolling is Friday night we'll get our prompt, which is like we get our option of genre, we'll get our required character, required line, and required prop.
For the 48
challenges. Yeah. Which like all teams for the 48 get those same 3 required aspects, the same required character, which is usually like a name and a job, and then the same line and the same prop. And that way it's just the easiest way for the contest to know that yes, indeed, these teams did film this over the weekend.
Yeah.
So you don't submit something older and just can't cheat. But like, so Friday night at about 7 o'clock we get those prompts, and then for like the Seattle International Film Festival, there's a whole really cool kickoff event in person, usually at Harbor Island Studios, where you get to actually go and meet and hang out with a bunch of the other teams, which is super cool and fun. And I believe the College 48 is a national contest, so that's all online.
Yeah.
But once we get our prompts and stuff like that, then the writing team will then kind of remove themselves from the rest of the group for a good couple of hours until about 9:30 or 10 o'clock, at which point they would then pitch their script idea to the group, and the group would then give their thoughts or their input on that script.
Like the whole group would?
Yeah, the whole team, actors, director, cinematographer, like everybody gets a final say on if they like the script or not. Which actually has come in handy at least once, because I think with Squat, the initial script we were not super in love with.
Check out Squat on BCFC, our most popular video, which we all were a part of.
Yeah.
It's because, especially in that, I feel like that's important, because it is, like in basic film productions and stuff like that, you have your roles, but when it comes to 48s, it's if you have a small group, it's like your guys' project, right?
Yeah.
I feel like everybody should have a say in like
Yeah.
writing and like what they want to work on. It should be something everybody wants to work on.
Yeah.
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 But go on.
And then so that point after everything gets like final say on if everybody likes the script or not, then the writers would then continue working on the script basically until they feel like they're done and going to bed. It seems to have usually been around like 1 or 2 in the morning on Saturday morning, while the rest of the group kind of like just kind of winds down, has dinner, parties for Friday night, does whatever. And then Saturday, it's like the long day from sun up until early morning on Sunday. It was like, and the latest we went was like 6 a.m. for Offbeat, our most recent one. Saturday's a long day because we're trying to get as much filming done, if possible, all the filming done Saturday.
Yeah.
So that by the time we get to Sunday, then it's just clean up shots and editing, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because you only have until 7 p.m. to submit, usually 7 or 7:30 to submit your final thing. So it's a lot. It's a lot of like really like it's the whole weekend is crunch time.
But it's a really fun experience overall. It's like even if you don't know how to do any of it, like filmmaking stuff like that, it's still like fun to hang out with people.
Always.
Yeah.
But this is going back to like the film club in general, right? It's a good way to mark what your progression, what you know.
Yep.
Because let's just go back to our first 48, or the club's first 48, which is I believe Cleaner Way.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, Cleaner Way was the first one, and then you compare it to the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one, then my first one, the Family Planet. You just see everyone's skill level. It one ups the next one.
Yeah.
After.
I don't know. In my opinion, a Cleaner Way is like a really good start.
A Cleaner Way
Yeah.
is very solid. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you compare a Cleaner Way to Offbeat, right? Award-winning short film Offbeat.
Yeah.
It's I wouldn't say it's night and day, but there's noticeable differences
I
in what the team is doing.
Yeah.
Like I think a Cleaner Way stands out in like the acting and like the blocking and the choreography, because it is an action sequence. It's a fighting movie.
Yeah.
Which I think is the only really one the club has done.
Yeah.
Like there have been action sequences before, but it's like slasher stuff.
Yeah, it's.
But I think the audio in a Cleaner Way is not as great.
Yeah.
True.
And like the lighting is just kind of, I believe, just the lighting in that restroom.
Yeah.
So there's definitely like Cleaner Way is great. But there's step ups, like Damien was saying.
Yeah.
Everything, every 48 that we do is, for the most part, better than the one before.
Yeah. Audience who don't know what we're talking about, Cleaner Way, look it up. It's on the YouTube channel, and like let us know what you think. If you watch Cleaner Way and watch some of our most recent stuff, I think it's all pretty good.
Most of the stuff that we are talking about is on the YouTube channel, either posted by us or in a playlist of like other, like let's just say alumni stuff, like member stuff. They like we had competitions in the past, so any of the winners from there are gonna be basically associated and found in a playlist on the YouTube channel. So just the thing.
Mm-hmm.
But as you following the progression, it's just how you see as a group as well how we work together as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the start you had Claire, Michael, Zach, and stuff like that. Then as you keep going in the 48, you find new people, and then you just see them stick around and stuff like that. And then there'll be like new faces again, probably with starting from basically room 0 and then going forward.
Yeah.
It's just new faces, but you can just see how diverse this is, and also how we work together as a team.
Yeah.
And it's really shown in the work, how it starts off, we're still trying to figure out what we're doing, and then into the newer 48s is like, okay, we know what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
One of the cool things I really do like and admire about BCFC is when we do these 48s, we do generally try and give people opportunities to try something that they haven't done before.
Yes.
There's very few positions that are like monopolized by one particular person. Yes, a lot of the time it does end up being like Damien doing cinematography or myself doing lighting direction, but we always have a bunch of people doing, assisting with lighting or assisting with camera operation, or we get like new writers pretty much every single time.
Yeah, always try to shake it up, so it gives more of a challenge, I'd say, because if you have the same people, it kind of get too comfortable.
Yeah, and for all three that I've done, we've had a different editor every single time. Like I think it was Maya did Chorophobia.
Shout out Maya.
Zach did Squat, and then it was
after that one, after Squat.
Yeah, for Offbeat it was
Vanya.
Vanya. Yeah.
Shout out Vanya, bro.
Yes. But yeah, again, we tried shaking it up. Like, okay, same people. Let's just say it's the same people. We switch around the roles, stuff like that. I believe, you've done lighting and stuff like that. I've done camera stuff. Zach has done cinematography, but he's also done editing. Yeah. Maya was sound one time, basically songwriter for one of the 48s, and then also she was editing. I believe she was also writing on Squad too.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And directing. For those who don't know, we made a musical. For one of our 48s, we got musical. We actually got Western or musical. And I hard pushed for a musical, and we did it. And that will come out soon, a remastered version. Because our music producer, Maya, she kind of moved away, and we want to remaster it, so it's a little hard to work together.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it will come sooner than later.
Yes.
Sooner than you think.
Yeah. But it's, I'm just, I know we do a lot of 48s. It seems like that's pretty much only on our channel is a bunch of 48s.
Yeah, true.
We, as BCFC, there's a lot of individual projects, passion projects that people do on the side, but as a whole, we haven't gotten the chance to do much making films in general, just making stuff, because before it was more of just make something individually, like the competitions that Michael and Claire and Zach used to do, where it was just come to club and then you hang out, and then like at home you make your own video or something like that, and then you submit it to the competition. But we're trying to go in a direction where we want to make more things and become a more filmmaking club,
right?
I would say. So this past quarter and quarters looking forward, we're trying to aim to make longer things or just more things in general, and that started with our new films that we're gonna have premiering, should be the end of this quarter, which is Solidus and Voices in Limbo. So that's a great thing to look forward to.
I worked on Voices in Limbo. I don't know how it'll turn out, I must admit. I don't think it'll be bad. I don't know if it'll be great, but it is always fun. And I know we have really fun shots. That is what I know.
I enjoy seeing both of these films being made. Like it's great. It's amazing to see what we've been doing these past, because we started this last quarter. But it's just through all like the speed, the bumps and hiccups and all the stuff like that. It's great to see that we're still trying to make something that we're proud of, and it's just fun to see.
Yeah, this might be a stupid question. Do y'all feel like there's a sense of competition between the two?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
So
I was curious.
I'll be totally honest. I have had like no hands-on for Solidus.
Yeah.
Or Solidus.
Solidus. I don't.
Solidus.
But I got brought into Voices in Limbo about halfway through.
Yeah.
Because there was some casting issues that I was helping to resolve. And so I heard a couple of things about, mostly actually, honestly, I heard more about SIP than I did about Solidus.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess the marketing for Solidus just kind of like kept it on the low.
Yeah.
At this point, there's really no marketing
For
it.
context, SIP is another independent film that one of our club members, Kobe, is doing independently of this project.
Which that's my assistant directing role, which I'll talk about more some other time.
Yeah.
But I'm assistant directing for the first time on SIP by Kobe Johnson, and that's really fun. And I'm also, I might be the marketing director for Voices in Limbo. So if you see the Instagram, the fun little posts, like, I don't know.
W marketing.
It might be me. W marketing.
W marketing.
You know, it's like working on the 2 shooting days for Voices in Limbo were a lot of fun. Really cool to see some new faces and see how they handle the projects that they're starting or projects that they're given, and just kind of see how their attitude about filmmaking is in general. And it's been very, very cool.
It's cool to see like them like not struggle, but like face the challenges.
Yeah.
That
You can say struggle.
Yeah, that we've gone through or still are going through,
Yeah.
but just seeing them for the first time.
Yep.
Because with Voices in Limbo, they started shooting during the day. Like the first version of their shoot, they wanted to shoot during the day in the parking garage, and it's just like then you just see like their reactions and like to all these challenges, like all the cars, the noises, all the scheduling, especially the scheduling conflicts.
Yeah.
It's just seeing how they react to
Yep.
these certain things. And then also it's the same thing with solos as well. Scheduling, people showing up. We've had some dropouts, stuff like that, which is totally fine. People get busy.
Yeah, but it's it is I would say probably a little bit different because they've got us in their corners to try and help them navigate those problems.
Yeah.
Whereas when we dropped into the club, there were less people around to help solve those problems.
Yeah, I totally agree with that because it's great to have that kind of fallback option. I'd say like that. It's like if you don't know what to do, just ask.
Yep.
Ask us, and then we'll know what to do. But like you said, yeah, with delivery or 6 p.m., we're all learning at the same time.
Yep.
All
And
that
I think
stuff.
honestly, like for what they were, I think they could have been a lot worse. I think they ended up like I wouldn't say good, but like decent
Yeah.
for what they were.
Delivery's cute.
I can't say like I know I can't. It's good. I like for what it is and for the time being. It's good. It's good. Yeah. I remember being proud of it.
Okay. It's cute.
But no, everyone worked really hard on that.
Yep.
And it's great to see how they progress their filmmaking stuff as well.
Yep.
But
Yeah, right on. And it's been very cool to like to be able to kind of like specialize in a kind of way. Because like coming into the club, I did not have a particular focus. I just knew that I wanted to be in film production. And then, you know, we get in and we're doing all these, a handful of small films, and there's no focus on lighting design, or there's no real focus on, like, I mean, everybody's got a camera, or some people have cameras, but there's not a whole lot of focus on, like technical use.
yes.
Right. And so it's kind of be able to find that niche and kind of like step into a position that is needed and that is going to ultimately end up like really kind of benefiting us professionally. Because like one of the things I interned with the college in their advanced program doing like broadcast stuff, and part of the internship was doing some research on like the career possibilities for film production. And one of the biggest pieces of advice that I found was that like every film student wants to be a director. Everybody wants to be a producer.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to be that for years after they graduate.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you need to go and like find a different position to fill so you can get up there.
Yeah.
Like a DP or like a cinematographer or like a
Is
lighting
that
designer.
true?
Yes.
That is so true.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Yes.
I feel like I could, like, hop on Facebook and find something to produce for money.
Well, no
Or
one,
maybe not for money.
No one wants to do the dirty work.
Right.
See,
But also,
all
like,
that.
Nobody would hire a director for a budget, for like a big budget, like AAA film,
Right.
if they've never made anything before.
Right.
Like like so much of the film industry is like word of mouth. Somebody has to know you
Yeah.
and know you could do a good job. And the only way to do that is by doing other things in industry. And
Oh, for sure.
And so finding a pocket somewhere with like, you know, starting as a PA and then getting into like, you know, lighting assistant and then lighting director or lighting designer, moving up from there.
I guess I was just thinking like if I wanted to be a director and like I just like took the digital media arts certificate and I just got right out of there and I wanted to be a director, I feel like I could like fund my own film, crowdfund, and then I could direct that.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
There are ways, but it's very difficult, and like
Yeah.
sometimes you just get lucky.
Yeah,
but it's,
like I mean, it's totally possible, I guess, to get struck by lightning twice. But like,
Sure.
I wouldn't hold your breath.
Yeah.
Like while you're waiting for that second lightning bolt, let's go ahead and try something else.
Yeah,
Well,
I see what you're saying.
what I do, tracking back to just the club, like joining the club, right, and finding a niche, right. This club has found that for some people as well.
Mhm.
Like you said, you came into the club and then you're like, okay, let me find a niche that you want to figure out. For me, this club gave me the opportunity to get into the niche of camera work, and also they have people willing to help you out as well.
Mhm.
Because I remember I came into the club, and Zach was the first one to really go up to me, and then also kind of give me an opportunity to just get to know the camera stuff, and it gave me the opportunity to do that. And then Kobe also, he was talking to me about editing and stuff like that. But it was just like cool to see
Yes, sir.
the community always trying to help each other out.
I know that's right.
And yeah, it's great.
Yeah. For me, I came in, I was there when the club was first being revived, and Claire Teskey was there. She wasn't, I don't think she was an officer yet or anything, but she, you know, she was close with Zach and Michael. And Grace Andrade was there too. And Claire and Grace came up to me, they knew my name. I didn't even remember meeting them the next time, but Claire came up to me, she was like, "Hi, Fungus." And I was like, I don't even remember you. You know, that was pretty crazy to me. I hold it near and dear to my heart to this day.
Sure.
Can I ask y'all a controversial question?
Go for it.
What?
keep going.
Are you nervous?
No.
In y'all's opinion, what has been the best acting performance you've seen out of a BCFC film?
Well, it's gotta be, I think, probably Fungus Quinn in Offbeat, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, the award-winning actress Fungus Quinn. I mean, there have been some really solid ones. I
Oh,
think
for
like
sure.
Michael in Colorophobia did really good.
That was pretty good.
I think the taller clown was a little flat, I thought.
Yeah, lucky.
That was me. I was a taller clown.
Patrick played the taller clown.
I think again, like Michael and Claire in SWAT were really good playing a convincing like couple with some problems.
I
Yeah.
believe that. I would say
But you don't have a favorite, Patrick.
Well, I think one of those performances won an award.
Really?
So.
Are you talking about me?
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
So I think it's pretty easy to just kind of pick out a favorite, like one that is like,
Yeah.
like objectively, like we can say without any kind of doubt or conversation that it is solid, because it was chosen by a film critic committee
Yes.
to win an award to be then screened in Lisbon, Portugal at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Yup.
I would say that is I know we keep like talking about this often and saying like the award stuff, but I genuinely feel like that was probably the best chemistry between two actors on our sets before, and I'm just like, and I stand by that.
Yep.
Was it?
Well, and a huge props to both you and Greg.
Yes.
Greg is the other star of Offbeat.
Shout out, Greg.
Both just like fully committing, full sending those arguments, like yelling at the top of your lungs at like 2 a.m, you know, on in this house that we rented in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of outtakes that we have of them just arguing, like
I would say like
spot.
random stuff to him. I'd be like, "You didn't help me when I was taking my nursing exam." I was like, "You cut my sandwich. I asked for my sandwich to be cut diagonal, and you cut it vertical."
because during the editing we're supposed to cut out their audio when they're arguing. So as it says the line of "Don't remind me," it not cuts out, but it fades out. So you can still see them arguing.
Yeah,
We
but
don't
I
know
could
about.
say whatever I
But
want.
But that kind of thing is really difficult because I think the reflex or the like when you're doing a scene like that, when you know that you're acting and you're like an amateur actor, and you're doing an argument scene, you're sort of instinctively not really committing to the argument. Like, you're not yelling as loud as you would be in an actual argument. You're not getting heated like you would be, and so you can kind of tell when somebody's not committing to that scene. And I think both you and Greg are like really sold it, really committed to the whole thing.
That's crazy, and I think I wouldn't necessarily say it. I think it's the best performance the BCSC has gave. Not because I'm being humble. I think I just have a hard time recognizing my acting, whether it be good or bad. I have a hard time placing it because it's me. I think Claire and Mad is probably one of my favorite performances.
Or I mean, almost anybody in Family Planet.
True.
Yeah.
Family Planet. But Offbeat. I was like really surprised how it turned out because me and Greg, no chemistry whatsoever. I feel like I have chemistries with certain people. I have a lot of chemistry with Damien. I have certain chemistries with you. I have certain chemistries with Grace, right? But like me and Greg, we don't. There's no connection. There's like nothing, you know. But we did really good. I was surprised seeing it on camera. I was like, me and Greg look like we know each other.
Yes.
I don't know Greg.
I mean, once the camera was rolling, you guys were like on it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knew how to argue. He knew how to argue with me. He made me mad. I really did feel mad when we were acting together. Yeah. So that was really surprising. But anyways, Offbeat is screening in Lisbon, Portugal. And oh my goodness, we have a GoFundMe. That is so true. Guys, we have a GoFundMe. If you would like to send us to Portugal, because here's the thing. They're not sending us to Portugal. The film is screening at Filmapalooza. The organizers are not sending us to Portugal, so we gotta fund that ourselves. We would like to send at least one of us to Portugal to collect our awards or whatever it is that we would do.
Just represent BCF.
Yeah, just
represent the region, represent the country.
Show up. Yeah.
I got best lead actor in the country.
Yeah.
So anyway, we made a GoFundMe. Check out the link down below. But let's thank our sponsors.
Got some donuts.
This is so strange.
It's so cool.
This is so cool. Guys, I set up the GoFundMe. It's for $19,000. Okay, it's a little much. But that's to send the whole team, okay? But I set it up this morning, and as of last time I checked, we had like $816 from you guys. So thank you. We have 100 from Anonymous, another 100 from Anonymous. Thank you, Alyssa Stansfield. Thank you, Nevea Balbuena. Thank you, Raymond Group, for dropping $300. And another 100 from Anonymous. Thank you all so much. We hope to get more of these podcasts out, and with any money left over that doesn't go towards someone going to Portugal, we will make another film for y'all, and hopefully win some more awards and provide y'all with some good entertainment. So thank you all so much. Thank you for being on the show, Damien and Patrick, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.
Right on. Thank you so much.
That's great.
Yeah.